Welcome back to Eliances Heroes, where heroes in business align. To be part of our super community and find out more about Eliances, visit www.Eliances.com. Now, back to our super host, David Kogan, founder of Eliances.
That's right. Again, we started it's all about heroes. We learned so many secrets from them that help us directly, whether it be within our life or our business or even helping our children. That's right. We start off the show with Don Most from Happy Days. He was known as Ralph Melf, and we just had on supermodel Rachel McCord from the McCord List. And make sure you check out our latest hero that we just had on, James Pham from Enlight at Eliances.com. Let's talk, though, about our next hero. And by the way, too, thank you for the feedback we continue to get from having the founder of Malware Bytes on just recently. So keep going. Go to Eliances.com, Eliances.com, the only place where entrepreneurs align. You know what? We're gonna do something a little different here. I'm gonna have our next hero. You could reach him, by the way, at hillimpact.com. Dan Hill. Dan, I've got one word for you, and one word only. What does the word reputation mean to you?
Oh, that's a great question. By the way, is this the first time you've had two supermodels on?
Oh, yes. I forgot. Our producer didn't include that in your bio.
Yeah.
Please, what? We'll fire her.
Reputation, that's a great question. It's really how people perceive you and how people perceive your brand. And reputations can be accurate and they can be off depending on your actions.
And the thing is now with the speed of news, social media and everything like that, things can change in a heartbeat.
That's right. And bloggers and social media, it's a totally different world out there.
I like to call you the nickname the Defender because you're behind the scenes, yet in the forefront of helping some of the professional athletes, sports teams, universities, public figures, public and private organizations around their world regarding their reputation. So share with us in more detail of what that means.
Well, back in the day, I had the reputation, and when you hear me quoted in the press, most of the time it's about what organizations got wrong, what Starbucks got wrong, what Chipotle got wrong, United. What I really like to do, and my true passion, is helping people prevent that from happening in the first place. Because if you can do that, United took a several billion-dollar hit after one of its crises. So these are very costly mistakes, and some people don't recover from them. So my job and mission now is to help people prevent it in the first place.
And can you share with us a couple secrets of maybe something that those listening right now can do to help prevent that? Because it's a crisis. It's a crisis when something happens, and not only can it affect their business, but can affect them emotionally for life.
Yeah, I think if I could give two tips. One is to make sure you have good governance, that if you're a company or a nonprofit, that you have a good board of directors, that they have good roles, and that you have oversight. And the other thing is to really stay true to your mission. When companies start drifting because they see an opportunity or they see something that's a stretch for them, but they want to capitalize on it, that's when they can get into trouble because they're outside their lane. So stick to your mission and have good governance.
Now, do you also do reputation, helping people with reputation and prevention, and if something were to happen, for individuals too, not just businesses?
I do it mostly for high-profile individuals, but one of my pet projects is I do a lot of pro bono work for sexual assault survivors. And the predators have big legal teams, often lots of money. For me, I want to give the survivor a voice too, and arm them with the same kind of tools that the people they're up against have. And so I do a lot of work in that space, and those are individuals, and I help them find their voice.
And you're listening to me, David Kogan, host of the Eliances Hero Show. Make sure you go to Eliances.com. That's Eliances.com, the only place where entrepreneurs align. In fact, you too may have the opportunity to meet Dan Hill live in person because he was just at our Eliances Grand Table, where we had 300 of the most inspiring and energetic people, and Dan was one of our presenters. Again, HillImpact.com. So Dan, you came to this Grand Table of Eliances and got to experience in that. What was it like meeting the community?
First of all, congratulations, and you're an amazing host, and you've pulled together a great community. I like that it is a community and not a networking event per se. What I saw was an exchange. I was able to help a few people who came to me and privately shared some things that they needed some assistance with, and I was able to help them. But I also got a lot back, and there were people there who just came up to me and had ideas and things that they wanted to pitch to me. And so I like that kind of feel, that it's a really give and take, and people are there to treat people with respect, but also to bring something to the table.
I think you're in such a niche market. How did you even get involved and learn how to help others regarding reputation, preventing it, and if something happens, to help put out the fire, so to speak?
Well, a lot of things led to it. It's not what I picked, but I had a unique background. I was a firefighter in college. I had some military background, and then it all came together. And when I was working for a governor, I ended up being kind of the fixer, and I would handle the problems that happened, prison issues, forest fires, you name it. And that became my reputation as the go-to when there's a high-profile issue. And it was a niche market, and I saw an opportunity, and that's what I do now.
In fact, too, as we mentioned, you worked with a lot of celebrities. And by the way, those that are listening right now, if you think that something may be going on around regarding your reputation, don't wait, right, Dan?
No, you don't want to wait.
Because waiting doesn't just kind of things don't just go away. So make sure you contact Dan Hill by going to HillImpact.com. And most importantly is if you want to stay ahead of the game, go to HillImpact.com too, because everybody's vulnerable now with their news travels so fast. We had on, I'm going to share, we had on actually one of your clients, and that was Heather Hardy. Right?
Yeah, Hardy.
And tell us just a little bit, maybe can you share a little bit of work of what you've done with her?
Sure. And so
not who she is too.
Yeah, she's a professional boxer. She's now, just as of last weekend, 21-0, and she's a multiple title holder. And she's also the first athlete to have a contract in both mixed martial arts and boxing. And not all my clients are suffering reputation issues. Heather certainly isn't, but she's a sexual assault survivor. She's been forthcoming with her story, and she's an just amazing inspiration to women and to men alike.
Excellent. We've got a little less than a minute left, and you mentioned something, too, again, about children and stuff. I'm scared when my children go on the internet, and I know I'm not alone. What can we do, and those that are listening, to maybe help guide our children to being safe online, if that's even possible, regarding all these things that take place?
Well, I think one is parents need to know how it works themselves, and they need to know how to address an issue if it comes up, and not be so scared and terrified of it. I wrote a piece for the Huffington Post about cyberbullying, and I can help people find that if you tweet at Hill Impact. I can share that link with you.
All right, fantastic. Well, Dan, you are the defender. You help your clients navigate through challenges and help them see brighter days. That's a hero. Dan Hill from Hill Impact. Go to HillImpact.com. This is David Kogan with Eliances.
You have been listening to Eliances Heroes, where heroes in business align. Eliances is the destination for entrepreneurs, investors, CEOs, inventors, leaders, celebrities, and startups. To present your superpower, visit www.eliances.com.